So it's Monday, 3rd of April. I've just finished a site visit, and these are the results of my day's work. So this one was harakeke, which I'd harvested about a week plus ago. The intention being I was wanting to let it dry out a little bit so it would kind of shrink, and then I could create the textile matting structures from that, and then as a result of them having already shrunk, they wouldn't shrink again or as much. Quite different to the fresh harakeke that I've been using. These ones have a beautiful mixture of colours in them. It's quite nice contrast, and this prototype, or this planting that I've kind of tested out the textile prototypes and the structures on, so I've done numerous layers of the mattings. So on this one there's 3 layers. You can kind of see the mishmash of harakeke leaves out the bottom. But yes, and then I moved to this one. Similar idea. Did numerous layers of the matting structures. This one is using fresh harakeke, so kind of countering the initial observation, which turned out to be slightly off. So current theory is to actually work with fresh harakeke to start with, because you can get a lot tighter weave. Like the matting is a lot more, is a lot closer. So you can see all the joins. There's barely any gaps. It is going to shrink, but for now, start with this and then just gradually keep an eye on it and can add in additional harakeke leaves if needed to help fill out some of those gaps, but also the numerous layers of the matting structures, that should also help. So even if there are gaps in the matting textile structures, it won't necessarily matter, because there's numerous layers and they are at different angles. So if one of them has like a massive gap in one of the mats, then hopefully the other 2 have kind of covered that area as a result, just because it is at different angles and all the interlinks and weavings over and under. But yeah, a lot easier to slot in. I did need to go and harvest some more harakeke, so I did that. But yeah, just from the standard area that I normally go. And then after I finished that one, yes, also the cuttering, obviously fresh harakeke, so most of the leaves are green. The outer 2, the yellowy ones, were a slightly older leaf that I cut, but most of them are very fresh green harakeke cutter. And then I moved to this one over here. So while I was harvesting harakeke, the fresh harakeke, I was also cutting up the dried leaves which were on the ground, which I'd pulled out from the base of the plantings to help get a bit more airflow and that kind of thing, and also so I could move around in between the plantings a bit easier. It's quite an enclosed space, and obviously a lot bigger, so yeah, and the mulch is just here, so we'll just see how it goes. I just cut up bits of dried harakeke